Well, hey everybody, we're here at week 5, and this week we had Dawson Schroeder with us from SDSU. Met Dawson at our stand dinner earlier this year, and he was able to come and join us for a week. So just wanted to share a few things, like let's just debrief the week a bit. Like what stood out to you, or maybe a few surprises. Dawson was able to actually testify on one of the committees this week. There was a bill dealing with the minimum marriage age, and a lot of his friends had experience there, so was able to jump right into the process literally and testify this week, which was kind of cool. But what stood out to you this week, Dawson?
What stood out to me? A couple of things for sure. One, the importance of the structure and the actual language of a bill, how important that is, because even if a bill is a good concept and people like the intent, representatives or senators feel good about the intent of the bill, but don't feel like it's structured the right way, it is really going to struggle to make it through, which I didn't realize and I didn't know before. So I liked being able to see some of that and then see the work that was being put into making sure the bills were structured the right way to get through as cleanly as possible.
Sure.
I think the second surprise, and probably my favorite surprise, was how prevalent like the faith-based part of this is, and how so many representatives and senators would pray before things, be open about their faith, mention Bible verses in the hearings or in testimony. I thought that was really great. That wasn't something I necessarily knew was happening here at the Capitol. So I felt very good seeing that, especially because there's kind of like an idea in today's society that Christians aren't supposed to be super active in government, and that faith has no place in government. So that was really awesome for me to see that. And then also I just really loved the opportunity to get to testify for the first time.
That was going to be my next question. Talk to us about what it was like to testify. So
I wrote out my testimony. I was told by a few people that was the best path to do it. And I was a little nervous right before going up, but as soon as I started talking, I felt pretty good. Yeah, it was just really cool to get to share my thoughts to the people who are deciding if a bill gets to make it to the floor. That was pretty cool, and to kind of be able to look into the eyes of some of the senators as I was testifying and say, okay, I'm connecting with that person. I'm connecting with that person. I can see they care about what I think. So yeah.
It's kind of crazy how accessible our process is here.
Definitely.
I know in other states, like, you can't hardly find your legislators, but here, like, no, you don't have to have any certain badge. You're just a citizen with an opinion who got to come and testify.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It is.
Are there anything else that you think people back home need to know? Like, you've seen the process, or maybe misconceptions about how things work, or something that's important about this process that you really think people back home, maybe they don't quite see, or didn't see that angle. Anything stand out?
So I'd say one thing is that, like, in society, I think there's a common idea that the legislature doesn't get much done, or like that they move so slow and nothing really happens. Being here for 4 days, two things is, one, it moves incredibly quickly, and it is like go on your feet. From bill to bill to bill. It was crazy in committees. Sometimes, like, a proponent would testify on one bill, leave to go testify on another, and then come back to finish up the one they were just on. So it is very fast, and there are so many bills being brought, and the true intent of most legislators here, I would say, is to actually get things done that benefit the people of South Dakota. So I'd say the idea that nothing is happening or there's no work being done is very false. It is a very fast-paced and hard-working environment.
Yeah, I remember it was a few years ago, I was back home at some political meeting, and someone was like, man, I went to Peer, and my lesson that I learned was everything moves so slow. I was like, what Capitol were you at?
What peer were you at?
What peer were you at?
It is crazy. It is awesome that it is so fast, and that much can be done.
Yeah, well, it's been really cool having you with us this week, and We're always looking for more shadows, so we were able to talk to even the Team Pack students this week about coming.
Yes.
So if this is something you'd want to do maybe in a future week, I think Dawson can probably give it a thumbs up after this week.
Definitely.
But thanks for being with us this week,
No,
Dawson.
thank you for having me.
Yeah.